All right. Tonight, we're going to check in on the formula, which is going to reveal to you the NCAA men's basketball champion. We have that information. We're going to catch up on that. We're going to look at some exit strategies for any of your futures bets that you might have. We're going to take some call-ins tonight. So if you want to call in, feel free to do so. We've got beer, we've got trivia, and we got the Riddock Boys, baby. I'm JT. We are the 50,000 watt voice numbers guys. This show is BS. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in
The Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Hey, if you're seeing us live on YouTube, man, it's great to be with you. Please feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. I see there's already some chatters in there. I'll catch up with you guys here in just a minute. And if you would prefer to text us instead of chat, you can certainly do that as well. That number, TNG Live, 007, a.k.a. 864-548-3007. Don't you think I know that by heart by now? Oh, I didn't unmute you. Yeah, sorry about that. See what I'm saying? There you go. You're good.
I can hear myself.
Yeah, you can hear yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think
I like the TNG Live, though. It's cool.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right.
It's smooth.
Well, also, maybe you want to call in. I want you to call in a little bit later, though, because you're going to be on hold for a while if you call in right now. But that number, 717-TNG-TALK, also known 717-864-8255. And both of those numbers should be scrolling on a ticker at the bottom of your screen. One last thing from me. If we provide you guys any sort of value tonight, maybe it's a hot betting tip from Rich. I think Rich has the only pick tonight.
It's got to be good, then.
Yeah, it's got to be good. You know it's good.
6-unit play.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about taking the Pistons on a 6-unit play, but it only yields 1 point. So
they are underway,
Passed
by the
on
way,
it.
against the. Wow, really? What was the odds on that?
13.5,
Gee, okay.
which is not looking great right now, but it's early.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you guys would do us a favor, if we could provide you any sort of value tonight, give this video a like. It's a thumbs up. Looks like this, and/or your subscription to the Numbers Guys would be big league appreciated. And now, with me, folks, for the entire hour, to my right, your left. Normally it's D-Dub, but he is on suspension tonight. This is my boy Tones. What's going on, Tones? Move down a seat.
I'm adjusting a little here.
How you doing, man?
Okay. I'm good.
I can see you better now that you're closer to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that you haven't seen me enough over the last 15 years.
I've seen you quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing well. How is D-Dub's ass make a larger imprint?
Yeah,
you falling in there a little
it's
bit?
a little cozier. I can wiggle my butt in here a little bit. So.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's good. It's always good to have some family in the house here. Not too many people, are close with their cousins like this, and I'm glad they could join us tonight.
Cousin number one.
Yep.
Cousin number one. Yeah, you are cousin number one. Have you billed? I think last time you guys were here, I had Andrew as cousin number one, so I gave you cousin number one.
I get
time,
it
right?
now. Oh, I did the switch up.
Yeah, we switched it up. So what's going on, Ryan?
Nothing. Just living life.
You look sharp tonight. No hat.
I try.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
Actually,
something
no.
that's part of the family.
He's got his lady around there. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Samantha back there in the audience. What's going on,
He's gotta
Samantha?
look
Nobody
good for
can
his
hear
lady.
you, but how you doing? Yeah, nice to see you. Okay, all right.
Is that like the family crest you got on there?
It does look like a crest, a
A
family
little
crest.
crest action there, the little logo. Yeah. Was that Wilson's staff?
No, it's good.
Okay.
YouTube. It's a YouTube golf channel.
YouTube golf? All right.
You're a big golfer, Ryan? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
We should talk with
We should.
these guys.
Yeah, that'd
We
be
actually
fun.
play we have a league at 5 iron.
Yeah.
We play every Monday.
Over on 23.
23 and Van Dyke Expressway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
How
where.
was that? You guys like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
It pisses us off sometimes, but it's good.
It's good just to get there to practice your swing and everything.
Okay.
Like we're not the best team at all, but we just do it to practice mostly, and it's helped us out a lot. I feel
Oh, cool. Man.
so. Yeah,
I like to hear that. Like to hear
Watch
that.
out for Kevin the plumber when you're there.
That's right. That is where the
There we go.
Kevin the plumber hit the ball into the bar. or
Twice.
something. Yeah, twice.
Where it ricocheted through the whole 5-iron.
Jeez.
You guys ever done that yet?
No, not yet.
I haven't seen anybody do that.
Well, that's what the bartender said, apparently. This guy did it twice. So
It's come back on us, but it hasn't
somehow
gone far though.
Managed to hit it right when he teed off. Like it went like sliced or whatever, and then like it just there's something solid over there, and it just like went back, almost hit the bartender, almost hit everybody else standing there. Then it ricocheted 85 times after that.
Oh,
but that
my
thing
God.
was blazing when it came off the stick, so you can
Came
imagine
off
that would
hot.
have done some damage.
There was a video of it was like on social media somewhere, and like the security cameras caught it. It was at some other type of 5-iron.
yeah.
And the guy was swinging, and he like had a driver, and he let the driver go, and it flew all the way across and hit into the bar, and almost hit the bartender.
Yeah. It was at X.
That's a bigger. That's a bigger.
And it was
a driver. You can just imagine it flying.
It's dangerous. I had no idea being a bartender at one of those places would have so much danger. Be fraught with peril. Richie,
Yes,
nice to see you, buddy. I didn't
to see
actually
you, too.
introduce you. We just started talking. That's okay.
it's not, I might actually get some time to talk today with Daryl not here,
You know what? It's nice.
and it's nice to be among friends.
It really is. I'm not going to call you an idiot, Rich. So
See, these are the cousins that don't bite. So
Okay.
Yeah, we don't.
I don't want to meet the ones that do.
yeah,
then.
that's the other side of the family. So.
Yeah.
jeez.
So the whole
Hope Allie's
it's just the other side is the black sheep side.
All right, and next to Richie, the other cousin. Now, both of you guys have no hair. That's why I put you guys together. I thought that would be
Okay.
cool. And
Yeah,
then
that works
the
for
guys
me.
with hair, and I'm kind of in between. I don't have much hair, but I'm kind of the outcast over here. You got your boy Andrew. What's going on, Andrew?
Going good. Can't complain. Like
Yeah.
I said, go golfing when we can.
Sure.
Now that it's getting a little warm out now. Hopefully this weekend maybe we'll see.
And we got a little.
supposed to rain,
We got a
but-
cousin trip
and we're-
coming up
yeah.
next week. Yeah,
Next week.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be big time. Big league.
Vegas. We got. He's been planning it all, so we got.
Yeah.
Got restaurants lined up. Red Wings game in Vegas.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
What are the odds of that? Or did you guys plan that?
No, it
No?
just happened to be our cousin's birthday that weekend, his 40th, and
They just happen to be there.
I checked the schedule, and they're
Wow.
like, "Bam, Wings in Vegas," and
Well,
they
when
only
you-
play there once a year. So
When you
it was
first said that, I thought that you were like just joking, or
Yeah,
and then
it's-
I didn't realize it was his birthday like that next week.
yeah,
So I was like, oh well, this was lined up for us to go. So
That's
it's like it's
perfect.
destined for us to do this. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Happy early birthday, Jimmy, too, by the way. I won't be in Vegas. I'll be in Vegas the following week, but I'm going to miss you. So happy birthday, Jimmy. All right, well, Andrew, Ryan, thanks for being here. Rich, you're always here. Tones, you're always here. So obviously thank you guys as well. But Tones,
yeah.
how do we start every...
We try some alcoholic beverages, I think, right?
Sure. We have a title for that sequence?
It's
or-
exploring libation.
Rich, you want to give it a shot? It's only been... Hey, before we get into this, I just wanted to thank everybody, too. We've hit 4,000 view hours on YouTube. 4,000 hours people have watched this crap. You believe that? Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
each of us have done 980 each.
I was going to say, a buddy of mine, I said,
We chewed them up a little. There.
he said, so two people watch one show. I said, yeah, that's about right. All right, let's do libation.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the numbers guys.
And we are back in Studio 8B. Milligratz Jones, thank you. Tonight's libation courtesy of yours truly, because I lost at trivia. We're going to do some
Twist our
trivia
arm.
here a little bit. This one I already had, and I thought it was so good. I thought everybody on the show might like this. This is called Brumo. It's from Jolly Pumpkin Brewery in, they're up north, right? Traverse City? Is that where they're,
I thought that's where the first one was.
Yeah.
They're all over now, though.
sounds about right.
This says Dexter. Yeah.
Dexter.
Dexter, okay. I don't
Is that-
know where that's
isn't
at.
it-
Close
That's
enough.
up there, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dexter?
cool.
Yeah. Okay.
It's their 20th anniversary beer, and it's a hazy IPA brewed with pineapple and bursting with hop aromas and peaches and melon. And I got to tell you,
Their
Did you get
early
one,
returns
Sam?
are not so good.
all right, you got one. You like IPAs back there?
I'm not a big IPA.
Okay, well, this one it's a highly inoffensive IPA. I got to say it. I think Mrs. Midwest liked it. I know Tones is going to like it, even though he's making a funny face right now. I think we're all going to like
Feeling
this
it
one.
out. I'm feeling
You're feeling it out. Okay, I'm going to pour this, and then Tones, you're in the hot seat. You got to start tonight. Usually that's where Dub sits.
Yeah. definitely fruity. It hits you, and you don't taste that this is a 7+ alcohol. I think it covers it up pretty.
Oh my,
pretty
this
damn
is
well.
really?
Yeah,
Can I
7.5%.
smell it?
You can't really.
7.2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's a bold fruit flavor if you like that.
Ryan, you wouldn't like it.
No.
I think it might be a little too much fruit, little too much pineapple for me. I do like pineapple, but this is a little. I'd rather go heavy on a grapefruit than a pineapple, but it's definitely enjoyable for me.
It is.
I mean, I do like a 3.7. It's not.
3.7.
It's not
Well, you
top
do have
notch
5,
for me,
right?
but
Yeah.
it's not in my top 10 IPAs. That's for sure. But
It almost it's like trying too hard to mask the taste or something.
yeah, they threw too much fruit explosion in there. So
Ryan, when's your 21st birthday? You'll be able to try some too. That'll be nice. No, but while you can, well, we're gonna have to skip over you, Ryan. But let me put the rating scale on the screen. So 5 is you're gonna be driving across town for this shit. 4, you're gonna buy it with no hesitation. 3, you're not gonna kick it out of bed. 2, you'll choke it down for the show, so you don't look like a biatch. And 1 is a hard pass, nastier than Flint's water. Ryan, you can't even take a sip because of lead, right? It's forbidden.
Yep,
All right.
forbidden.
All right,
he's been
let's-
a good Catholic boy.
I'm a
no,
good
that's
boy.
great. I'm
Good
not
boy.
gonna
I
knock you for
respect
that.
that. I respect that.
Oh, you gave that up for Lent?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That and pop.
you.
That and pop.
Yeah.
I've done Coke a couple times. That's rough.
Yeah, pop.
That's a-
Pop is. I've
Well,
done
That's
it
a tough gift.
Rich, want to clarify that a little bit?
Oh, sorry.
I gave up Coke.
Soda.
Soda.
Back in the 80s, you gave up Coke.
Back in the 80s, it was Coke because it was new Coke back then. It was but
I gave up clear Pepsi back in the day.
Look what happened to them. Yeah.
Well, good for you. Alcohol's probably a step in the right direction for most of us. Would make this segment sucky though.
It would be. You have to rename it. Yeah.
We bringing in like vitamin waters.
Remember we had the kids out. I think I tried that. Gave them
Juice
what's that,
boxes
the Prime Energy.
Yeah,
or something?
Prime.
The
Prime's a good-
primes. Kids love the prime though.
Yeah.
I never liked those not prime, the vitamin water.
I don't like any of those.
The lemon,
I like the
lemon
vitamin
one,
waters.
the lemon and the orange.
As he's drinking one.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one right there.
Yeah. I do. I like most of the flavors. Not all of them.
That one looks like it would taste good, but they make some weird flavors. I feel.
They do. Like the citrus is gross.
Yeah.
But I'm more of a 2.9 on this stuff. I don't think it's very good at all.
No,
No.
you like pineapple though. I thought.
I do. It's like I think like the hops don't taste like sometimes the hops are just like they're fine and like they kind of mix together with the flavor, but it's almost like too much of a burn or something.
It's too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't-
not a fan of this one. I've been on a IPA roll up to the last couple here though.
I'm shocked.
To be honest, if I drink a couple of these, I think my stomach will get nauseous. I already feel it like churning a little bit from drinking this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Rich would be the one that would say, because I know he likes pineapple that much.
I am
Lauren
a big
says
pineapple
that
fan.
she's
It's
a big
too-
fan of him
it's-
liking pineapple.
It's too pineapple.
Upside down pineapples.
You
They gotta rein it in, rein in the fruit a little bit, and we're good.
All right. Andrew, what do you think here?
Surprisingly, I kind of like it. It's mid for me. Yeah.
You-
That was
you
the
an
three-
IPA
was
guy?
the three? The three?
Yeah, I'll
what was-
put this back
yeah.
on the screen here for you. You got 3 would be you would not kick it out of bed. You're not going to be driving to go buy it, but you're not going to
No.
kick it out of bed if
No.
it showed up there.
No, yeah, for 3 for sure.
Is it straight
Yeah.
3?
It's I mean, IPAs aren't my go-to, but
Okay.
once in a while they're good to have. But yeah, I did not think I was gonna like this, and it's actually okay.
All right. Well, at least Andrew liked it.
Would
Samantha,
you
what do
bring
think
bring it
back
on the
there?
golf course with you in the
She
summer?
gives it a 2.
No
Off
way.
camera, Samantha gives it a 2.
No,
She kicked it right out of bed.
She
you
did.
can't drink these on the golf course. It's way too heavy.
What's
Right
your
away.
go-to golfing beer?
Yeah, you can't. IPAs are not.
Michelob Ultras.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that or Labatt Blue Light,
Okay, just
or
like,
even Corona too.
just a good light.
We were talking
I like,
before the show. Corona's like my
I like
favorite beer.
Corona on
Yeah.
the golf course, hot. Yeah, hot day.
Either
Awesome.
anything like light like that is good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with that. I'll tell you what, Tones, did you happen to text these guys the link for trivia?
Oh.
Could you do that? While
I
I'll catch
could
up
do
on the chat while you do that?
Yes, I do.
All right, thanks, man. Let me catch up on the chat. We have Eric Cinder. Eric Cinder. He's not one of mine. Who's he? You guys know Eric Cinder? That's your brother-in-law, Samantha's brother-in-law. What's going on, Eric Cinder? He says first one. He also says hello, Ryan.
I love him.
You love him.
Yes,
All right.
I love him.
There you go.
He's a good guy.
Does he wear the family crest?
Does he?
No.
No, he does not wear the family crest. All right, fair enough.
No.
Realtor Lauren says, nice try, LOL. Not sure what that meant, Realtor Lauren. You might have to
Yeah.
catch up in there. Let's see. Realtor Lauren, just as good. We got Aunt Debbie in the house. What's going on? Aunt Debbie Whiter. She says, sounds a little girly to me in reference to this beer. It does kind of sound that way. I didn't rate this beer yet either, by the way. We got Griffin Saraceno.
It's my cousin.
Yeah.
Sound right?
cousin. Yep.
Okay, did I say that correctly? I did. Wow, pretty good. I'm half Italian.
I know his grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says he's lying. That guy Ryan snuck a Dr. Pepper at lunch. Whoa.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Exposed.
No.
No?
Nope. I'm a good Catholic.
Yeah. And she said the context she was talking about the drink. Yeah, a little girly to me. Wasn't talking about Ryan or Andrew. I get that. Chris Pena, all the way from Atlanta. He says,
Hey, Quiz.
What up, boys? What up, Quiz? Long time no see, Quiz. Hope you're doing good, man. And Griffin again says, those Mickeys make me want to get behind the wheel.
He's got a
Tell about
problem.
Michelob Ultra.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mickey's, like the 40 OZs that I still drink on occasion.
No,
I like
people,
those.
that's like a like the short version for people what they call those. So
I did not know that.
Yeah.
See, I don't drink Mick Ultra at all. I won't even
that's a
have that.
golf course beer for me.
A little too light for me.
He likes them a lot.
Yeah?
Ryan likes them.
I love them. I love them. They're my favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, most girls like those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was a Bud Light guy, and you know
He's moved. You on a diet? You look good. I don't think you need to be worried about losing weight.
For what?
Drink Mick Ultras. Aren't those like the lowest calorie beer?
Yeah, they're good. I don't know.
You just like them?
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
like
but
them.
I mean,
All
a
right,
Miller
that's
Lite's like 1 calorie difference or something.
Yeah, it's not really that.
It's not really that different. No, that's true.
Well, it's like you watch. I don't know if you watched Landman, the show Landman, but
No.
he's Billy Bob
yeah.
Thornton. He's the main character on it, and he's an alcoholic, so he drinks Michelob Ultras because they got hardly any alcohol. in it.
Alcohol, right? Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
he goes to this one bar, and the bartender goes, didn't you stop drinking?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, I'm drinking Michelob Ultra." He goes, "That has alcohol in it." He goes, "You give me 6." He goes, "You give me 6 whiskeys and 6 Michelob Ultras, and you can tell me the difference in the morning."
Exactly. Exactly. No, I hear you. No, it's good though. My wife likes those. Rich, you look like you had something to say over there.
No, I'm good.
No, you're quiet tonight. You okay? Because Daryl's not here.
I'm good. I'm just listening.
Just
Try to
listening.
enjoying our
second-
guests.
Second one. I just received.
I actually was scrolling through trying to find
Is that what
Trivia
you
League,
just sent me?
which I found.
You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
All right, Snoop in the chat. He says Michigan State go Pistons 4th place tonight. That's right, baby. In fact, the Bucks I think should be underway. I got to turn the Bucks on over on
Who
this
they play
TV.
tonight?
Lakers. Lakers.
Oh, that's not. They got a chance to lose there.
Yeah, they definitely have a chance to lose there. Pacers are off till tomorrow. I think it is. And then Landman, his favorite show. Snoop, you have a spirit animal here in Andrew. Landman, favorite show, he says.
This guy,
going on?
it just got renewed for another season too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that. All right, let's do something we do every week on the show to determine who's going to be buying the beer for the following week. We're going to do some Numbers Guys trivia.
Calling the masters of facts, the sultans of stats, the
Yeah.
czars of knowledge that isn't learned in college. It's the Numbers Guys Trivia.
Okay.
All right. Now, the way this usually works when there's multiple Numbers Guys on the show is if everybody gets it wrong, I got to buy the beer next week. If everybody gets it right, I also have to buy the beer next week because I find the question, so it's only fair. And then if one of the people get it wrong, then they will be buying the beer next week. However, you guys are not going to be back next week unless you want to be. I'm happy to get rid of D-Dub permanently. No problem there. So how do you want to do this? Any ideas?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right.
Let's see what the outcome
I haven't bought in
is.
a while, so I'm not going to be here
Let's
next
see what the
week.
outcome
Yeah,
is.
you're going to be. Rich says he'll get it next week. He's not going to be here.
You're lined up, Rich. Good job.
No. All right, here's tonight's Numbers Guys trivia question. We'll figure the rest out later. What are the odds of filling out a perfect March Madness bracket? Is it A? This is multiple choice. Maybe the first multiple choice
I
time I've
don't
done this.
remember.
I've heard this before, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't think I've done a multiple choice. A,
Thank
1 in
God it's
9.
multiple choice.
Yeah, I didn't even know nobody would pull this. 1 in 9.2 billion.
I hope I'm right.
B, 1 in 9.2 gazillion. I think that's the correct answer. C, 1 in 9.2 quintillion. Or D, 1 in 9.2 trillion.
But that's, wow.
Those are big numbers, right? So again, what are the odds of filling out a perfect March Madness bracket? Is it A, 1 in 9.2 billion, B, 1 in 9.2 gazillion, C, 1 in 9.2 quintillion,
How many games does that
or D?
turn out to be? 32 plus 16
Trillion.
plus
8 plus 4 plus 2.
I thought it was 63 at the top of my head.
So you got to get
64,
63 games correct.
Do they
In a
ever
row.
did they ever come out with a number on how many brackets are actually filled?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
well,
a counter on ESPN.
yeah.
Oh, no
ESPN's
kidding.
the most popular, so
Right. But do you know? Did they ever like announce like, oh, there's like a billion? Yeah. Do they?
Billion what?
yeah, they
Like
do.
how many,
Every
like how many
week they
people like
update.
submit? Oh, they do.
Yeah, they update every week, like how many are undefeated. Still.
And then they do the percentage too,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yes.
Of how many of how many people have it correct and how many people have it almost. And then
I think that's pretty much the going one because almost everybody does the ESPN bracket, and it'll tell you like the percentage you're at the whole way with picks.
yeah.
So
Do you win anything if you go perfect?
I think you do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
Because you fill
Well,
fill one out through them too.
You go
I think,
perfect,
right?
but no one's ever done it. 'Cause
Right.
You just saw the odds. I mean, it's like, like Quicken will buy your mortgage. You're like, great. I mean, 1.9.2 billion or quadrillion, whatever it's going to be here.
Everybody makes it to like the Elite Eight, I think, and then
I feel
that's when
like-
it falls off.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Mm-hmm. Which, you figure if you make it that far, you only got a handful of games left,
Yeah.
So I would say Sweet 16's more where at least you get one loss. I mean, that's hard to.
Yeah.
There's always like only
That's
one or
impossible,
two
I think.
people that do get through the 32 rounds. It's always down to one or two at that point.
Sure.
Because some years you get like the first round, you get like a couple of top teams that get knocked out like right away.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's
You never know,
a
you
couple
never-
15 seeds there, and I mean, you are allowed to fill out multiple brackets.
Yeah.
So that would be an advantage.
Yes, that is definitely an advantage. Dude, I didn't realize I didn't rate this beer.
You didn't? No.
There's been a show I haven't rated a beer. By the way, here's what it looks like. That's what the beer
That's
looks
pretty-
like. It's hazy.
It's a little darker than I thought.
I hate to go back to the beer here, guys, but
That
I'm going
looks
to give
like,
this a 4.6.
You were pretty excited about this. You sent us a picture earlier in the week.
I really thought you guys would love this beer.
4.6?
I was really excited about bringing it. Yeah, I think it's great.
Don't you feel it like just messing with your stomach?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I have a stomach anymore, Tones.
I keep burping. I keep
He has
burping
no
it up
lining
now.
left in his.
I keep burping. I'm trying to like not burp in the mic. I'm holding it in.
That's okay. You can burp in the mic. We've done worse on this show.
Breathe in the
I
mic.
guarantee it.
It's all
All
right.
right. That's my official rating. Let me catch up here on the chat, then we're going to move on. There's been some trivia guesses in the chat. We got Eric Cinder. That's Samantha's brother.
And
Law. Brother-in-law.
My favorite one.
Ooh.
Oh, it's her favorite one. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She is way back in the grandstands.
Well, there'll be competition someday.
Oh.
That's true.
Is that true? We're not going to announce anything on the show, are we?
Yeah, don't be dissing Drew like that.
Say it on camera.
He says C, which was 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
That's a lot.
It's a good guess. That's a lot, but it's a really good guess.
Well, he only
you
has
got,
a 1 in 4 chance. I mean, how much credit are we giving this guy for good guess?
That's true.
Trillion.
true.
You know how that's more than
Is he
going
gonna buy
over
the,
trillion?
It's over
if he
a trillion,
loses, he gonna buy the beer for you guys next week?
Well, there's actually an ancillary rule that if you're in the chat and you make a guess and you are correct, you do have to buy the beer for the following week. So let's see. Just give me Eric's contact information before you guys leave. Snoop says it's like winning the lottery, 1 in 2 billion. Okay, 1 in 2 billion. He says billion.
But that wasn't one of the answers.
No, but I'm assuming he meant to say 9.2
Okay, 9.2.
billion.
Okay.
And then Snoop says, "Hey, it looks like beer. It does kind of look like beer. It's hazier. You know what I mean? It's not. Doesn't look like a Miller Lite, right? Or Bud Light or
No.
Mick Ultra, right? No.
Blue Moony-ish.
Blue Moon. Yeah, it does look kind of Blue Moony-ish. Oh, and Eric Cinder says deal. Okay, you have to stick around. We will reveal the answer later on in the show. And what I wanted to also do real quick here is I want to open up the call-in line. So if anybody wants to call in, you can certainly do so throughout the rest of the show. That's fine. That number to call, 717-TNG Talk, also known as 717-864-8255. 717-864-8255. Feel free to give us a call, and you can join in whatever the hell we're talking about here for the next 3 to 4 hours or so. No. By the way, Snoop also says more miles than Alpha Centauri.
It's a galaxy, I think, right? Is that
that
a
what
galaxy?
I don't know what you're talking. He must be high already.
Already?
Makes you
time
think it's
ago.
high.
Alpha Centauri. What the hell are we talking about?
Was it that a galaxy?
I don't
Is that
know
a
what that
galaxy? I
is.
think.
I don't know.
what
There's
that
a
is.
lunar eclipse tonight if you want to wake up at 2:30 in the morning.
I did hear about that.
Yeah,
That's
so
exciting.
Isn't
set
that-
your alarms, everybody.
Aren't we supposed to get in the blood moon?
Yeah, blood moon at 2:30 a.m.
Didn't that just happen like a couple years ago too?
Yeah, I think
It's not supposed to.
Anthony, my son, wants to set his alarm and go out there and check it out.
I mean, call me crazy. I think I have eclipse fatigue, though.
Yeah.
Every year there's like something new.
Well,
out.
the-
Like,
the-
did we wear
that solar
wacky
one, that solar one
1950s
got out of
glasses
control.
last year?
That thing got out of control. The solar eclipse. Everybody
Had to get on the path of
Yeah.
what do they call that thing?
Yeah.
I remember when the first
Totality.
the first one that happened. I think it was like in like 2016, where it hadn't happened in like years. I think
I
maybe
remember that one.
It was I was working downtown at the time, like right in Campus Martius, right. And right when that happened, you knew. I didn't go out to look at it because I was busy working, unlike other people, but the streets flooded with people, and you could just see everybody was looking up in the sky with those stupid glasses on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That was
don't
my
really-
backyard.
I don't like staring at the sun,
About a
even
million
with glasses
people.
on. I'm not a fan.
Wasn't there a full moon last
I'm a bigger fan of
Yeah.
lunar eclipses by far.
There's a full moon last night.
By far, they're the best eclipses.
Yeah.
By the way, we got a caller. We have our first caller tonight. We got
I feel
this
like
is-
it's fishing when someone gets on our line.
Yeah,
So,
it's
you know.
fishing.
yeah. After last week, that guy was insulting, almost as insulting as D-Dub was to
It's
me.
my
I mean, it was almost like related almost.
it's my
Right,
my
right,
Tinder
right.
my Tinder connections are calling.
They must be okay. So we got Griffin. He's calling just to haze his second cousins. He says, "Here, Griffin, you are live on the numbers, guys. What's going on, Griff?"
Yeah, you can hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, yeah, Andrew, I can see the reflection on your bald head from the monitor.
That's rough.
Shut up, Griffin.
Ryan, you're also a liar. You literally called me at lunch and said you snuck a DP at work, so you're going to hell,
Whoa,
buddy.
snuck a DP at work.
Was it a was
He
it
can hear
di-
us, right?
what do
He
you
can hear
do
us,
for a
right?
living, Ryan?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little Dr.
Hey.
Pepper action. He lied.
Was it a
Griffin,
Dr. Pepper, at
Griffin,
least?
Griffin, on Puffin's live?
What?
On Puffin's
On
live?
what? Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah, I think you did.
You're such an idiot.
I think you did. Hey, Andrew, are you going to talk about your favorite basketball player of all time, Corey Joseph, today?
That's yours. You have a framed jersey of him.
Listen,
That was your favorite
I heard
Piston.
you were talking shit to Joel last time he poured you one of those Labatt Blues. It gets back to me, man.
North of the border.
Hey, Griff, did you write these ahead of time? This is like you prepared this.
got
This is
bullet-
great.
you got bullet
no,
points.
this is right off the dome, believe me.
All right. Oh,
No.
hey, guess what? It's Snoop
must,
calling the wrong number. Hold on a second here.
He must be like one of the Rome callers.
Snoop, I can't answer the phone. I can't answer that. It won't work.
He's calling my satellite phone.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Snoop. That was through Starlink. Snoop via Starlink, everybody. All right. Sorry, go ahead, Griff. You got anything else that you want to add here?
Who's your
Yeah,
Who's your
Brian
favorite
actually
Riddock?
said the,
Who's your favorite Riddock?
What's up?
Who's your favorite Riddock?
Probably Andrew. Ryan makes me a little uncomfortable a lot of the time.
Is it because of all the DPs?
You should hear this guy on the Xbox. It's unbelievable.
Trash talking?
I guess.
Okay.
Well,
I guess.
yeah, I think it is. Guy gets a little too excited on the box there, to be honest with you.
What do you guys like to play? A little Tiger Woods 2016?
Right now we're in NHL. Right now we have our own team that we play online with, so we
Yeah,
have our
hey,
own
Andrew.
guys.
Andrew? What's your character name?
Melon.
Melon?
Yeah,
Right?
Melon.
What about with a little bit of English? little melon like you?
Yeah. Tell him your name. Tell him what your name is.
Which one?
I don't know. Which one do you have
The
now?
multiples.
Yeah, your multiples.
I think last one was Juggle Me Nuggets.
Solid.
So
I like
our
that.
team name is Detroit Auntie Slayers.
Detroit Auntie?
Auntie.
Auntie Slayers.
Auntie
Okay, I
Slayers,
get you.
yeah.
All right, I like
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I like it.
So we haven't got reported yet, but
Hey, soon.
they were.
Yeah,
No, we're going to get
Play
reported
on the
next
same
year, though, I
team?
Yeah.
can promise you
What's
that.
You guys play on the same team?
Yeah. There's like an online mode. It's called World of Chell. That's what they call it. And you create your own team. You can play online, and then you link up with your friends. Like I usually play goalie. He plays like wing, and like Griffin plays like center.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
we switch off to positions as
So
well.
you stay the same player the whole time?
Yep.
You're not bouncing around.
It's your own created player.
Yeah, you create a
Okay.
player. You could create different positions as well too. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
So
That's real cool.
yeah.
All right, Griff.
Yeah, new team name coming next year. We're looking for sponsors.
You can count on the numbers, guys, for that. We just sponsored a bowling team, so we'll sponsor anybody.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
I'm going
brother.
to take your word for that.
Yeah, no, I don't. Don't. All right, Griffin. Hey, thanks for
Thanks.
calling, pal.
See you, Griff.
Thank you, Peter Griffin.
Of course, thank you guys.
All right, man. We'll talk to you.
I like that guy. Yeah, a good radio voice.
He did. I like Griffin.
Yeah.
I like Griffin. Let's see if Snoop is Snoop going to call in the right number. That's the question.
Come on, Snoop. Bring it.
Snoop, that number. What is that number? I don't remember this yet. 717 TNG Talk. That's 7. It's only been a week. 717 TNG Talk, also known 717. Snoop, I know you're not good with letters. It's 717-864-8255.
It was
That is
actually
the call.
Make
it was
sure you
actually,
turn down the TV this time.
It was Miss Cleo's old number. We took it over. So
Oh,
He had
she
the
had
speed
the-
dial back
she
when
had
it's
the
called
best
Miss
number. She was like the first one to do that.
What was her number? Do you remember?
I'm sure you can play it, bring it up in the old YouTube clips.
I might have to do that.
Miss Cleo.
Might have to do that. All
It's
right,
like
well,
Fortune or something, wasn't it? Like something
Something
simple.
Fortune, I think.
yeah.
Well, it's
something
7 letters, right?
888
that would work.
Fortune.
88
Something.
Fortune might be.
You ever
Well,
call Miss Cleo?
me?
Yeah.
No, I never.
Did you
called
get to
Miss
actually
Cleo.
talk to her, or was there something?
No, it's like a recording type thing. But we called from a friend's house. I'm like, I ain't calling.
So you called
Yeah,
Miss
back
Cleo.
in like 3rd grade or something like that.
How pissed was his parents when he got the bill for Miss
That's a little
Cleo?
creepy.
I don't know. They probably beat him regularly. I'm not sure.
It was like $2.99 a minute or something.
It was up there.
So yeah, it's really expensive to get a psychic reading over the phone. It turns out.
Some 6th graders are calling the girls' hotline. We're calling Miss Cleo, I guess. I don't know.
That's right. Miss Cleo. All right, let's you know what we got to do? We got to check in on the formula. The formula. Let me see if I can find that intro. It's here somewhere. This is basically going to tell us who is going to win
The tourney.
the turn.
The big dance, as they would call it.
The big dance. Yeah, let's get into that.
Yo, man, that's the formula.
All right, this is the formula courtesy of Gil Alexander. Not courtesy, we kind of stole it from him, but that's okay. I want to give him credit. Gil Alexander on VSiN's A Numbers Game, and you can check him out on Twitter at Beating the Book is where the formula comes from. So the idea here is every NCAA champion, at least 34 out of the last 34. Rich loves this one.
I mean, it's just
Does
dumb.
it make sense though that it would be 34? Is that like that's got to
I
happen?
know, like of course you have more assist than turnovers though. I mean, like that's
Like
a
in a
silly
normal
stat.
game, is it ever? How many games is there more turnovers than assists?
Is that just in the tournament that happens?
No, that's for the season to date.
Season going.
Yeah,
on.
I mean, if you turn it over more than you assist, you're not a good team at all. You're not. You know
I mean, is there bad teams that's common to have?
I don't even know if that's common. I mean, I don't. I'm sure there are teams that hit that, but that's just you can't win. You can never win that way.
Is it like the equivalent of saying no team's ever won a Stanley Cup with a negative goal differential in the regular season or something? Is it that? Is it that bad?
No, I could see that actually being more of a common occurrence than that. But I don't know. You're trying to find some comparable.
Yeah,
to,
that's why I'm
I don't know,
reaching
like a
for
team that scores 1.25 goals a game or something. Like you ain't gonna.
You're not running. Yeah.
You could win a game, but you're not gonna win much.
Yeah, unless you
doing
had
that.
Hasek shutting out every game basically for you.
Yeah, I guess negative goal differential is not much different from that, but
Well, that's the first filter. You gotta apply that filter first.
this is dumb though.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. I don't make this up. I'm just
Just
passing
take that
along this
filter out of it.
information.
It still applies. It's
34 last 34.
Okay. You have to have a head coach with Sweet 16 experience, 32 out of the last 34.
That one's
were
more
the-
viable, I think.
Who are the two that didn't?
It was either
Connecticut.
UConn or,
Connecticut.
I think it was
That's
all
right.
UConn, 2 years worth
It's
of
always
UConn.
UConn that has. They're always the outliers.
Because
Right.
they won it last year, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, the one
they won
last
2 years in a
2
row.
years,
2
right?
years?
Yeah,
In a
but
row?
that's not
Okay.
the teams that they're. Well, the first year, Hurley didn't have any experience.
So that
was one of them.
Yeah. UConn's got like most of the exceptions to all these rules.
UConn probably has the most titles in the
Yeah.
last like 20 years,
Yeah.
and it's odd because they don't even make the tournament half the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they make it or bust.
They're either
It's,
good or they're in transition,
Right,
reloading, right?
I'm pretty sure they're not that good this year.
No, they're like a 9 seed,
so,
but I
yeah.
can see them getting to the Sweet 16. You know, just getting an upset there.
And Baylor is the only other exception on any of these besides UConn. I think there was a year, I don't remember
Oh.
which filter that it was that Baylor.
Wasn't
the
the
first
COVID
one.
year? Was it the COVID year?
Baylor won. That might have been like at the end of
The
COVID.
2021, the one where Michigan went and they lost to UCLA.
Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What was that?
State lost to UCLA in that first. It was a playing game, if you remember, and it went into overtime. State had them beat. Then they went all the way to. No, UCLA lost to Gonzaga in the Final Four because that cat made the buzzer beater.
That's right.
Jalen.
Yeah. Jalen
Suggs.
Jalen Suggs. Yeah. You're right.
Okay, so 32 out of the last 34. And by the way, an exclusion this year would be Florida because of this, right? Florida has their coach does not have Sweet 16 experience. So based on the formula, they will not be the national champs. They have to have 3+ wins against teams in the top 10% of RPI. That's 28 out of the last 29. That might have been the Baylor one. That was the exception out of the last 29 teams that won the national championship. 29 out of the last 29 had a top 75 strength of schedule. And Rich will say he doesn't like this one either.
That's just dumb.
Oh yeah, how many teams?
Do you know all the teams that won the national title won 6 in a row?
Well, that's basically saying though all the teams are for major conferences, right? Because you're going to be playing tough teams, right?
Correct. Macomb College is not going to have a top 75 strength of schedule.
Well, they're also not eligible.
Well, they're also not eligible. I mean, as an example,
a couple years ago, though,
no, they're not going to make it.
These could have been all broken. They had San Diego State and Florida Atlantic were both there. And they would have shattered all the. Unfortunately, they played each other and we get to the championship.
And they did not win.
No, I think San Diego State lost to UConn, actually.
Yeah. So there you go. The formula held true. By the way, I'm going to keep going here, but we have a new chatter. It's Nathan Transow. Mm-hmm. He says,
"Yep, that's my other buddy."
That's your other buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Is he going to call you out for DPing today? No, I don't know. He says, he lug you, Ryan, and so handsome. He lug you long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's good, man.
Nice.
That's my nickname that everybody calls me.
They call you
Loigu.
Loigu?
Yes.
Where does that come from, Andrew?
His shiny head.
Yeah.
Loigu.
Because you put oil on the head. Loigu is oil in Italian.
Well, it's the way that we say it. It's not how you say it in Italian.
Yeah.
Oigo.
Yeah.
It's oigu.
But
like the yogurt.
like it's on my license plate as well too.
Oh, you have a vanity plate. Mm-hmm. Nice.
I've had that.
I've always wanted one of
forever.
those.
So
Tones, you still have yours? You used to have one.
I
It said
retired
Tones.
mine.
You retired?
yeah, you retired
It's
it.
retired.
Yeah.
So I took it on in the family as having the one family member having
vanity
at least
plate?
one. So
Nice. He also says so handsome and Mr. 305.
Griffin.
yeah.
Okay.
Bald ass head.
What was I saying here?
We got a lot of good
All right,
friends
top
out there,
75 strength
you
of
guys
schedule.
there.
Yeah. I'm glad. Welcome, you chatters. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the Numbers Guys for more fun like this. And then also,
Do you like this? You like this one? The stat.
Yes.
yeah, this is Richie's.
This
Tones,
is
what do
probably
you
the
think of this
most.
one?
Probably the most pertinent.
I think it's the
stat.
most
I would
pertinent.
say.
Yep.
I would agree.
21 out of the last 22 were top 20 in Ken Palm, adjusted offensive and adjusted defensive efficiency.
Yeah.
21 out of the last
UConn
22.
in 2012 was the outlier, or 9, whatever it was.
I think you're right, Rich. So, what we do is we take these filters.
I like the sound of that.
Or Gil takes these. Yeah, you don't hear it too often. Again, Daryl's not here today. Right. We put these in the blender, and we take all the possibilities, and we come up with the teams that meet those particular
still at
criteria.
3?
We're still at 3.
Has it changed or same 3?
It hasn't changed.
A couple weeks ago.
It hasn't changed. But I want to see if Andrew and Ryan might have any guesses here as to who these 3 teams might be. And we know we're eliminating Florida because they do not meet that particular coaching criteria. What do you think?
So think of
Not
3,
to put you on the spot.
Think of 3 pretty good teams in college.
Okay, well, UConn. Is that one?
Not this year. Think of have you seen the things for the 1 seeds at all? You guys follow
Duke?
Yeah, well, I think that's one. There you
Duke. Is it Auburn?
Yeah. There you go.
go. Good job.
And you said there's one more?
I think
There's 3.
in the state of Texas. Right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
There's so many teams in Texas. I'm trying to think.
Really? Last one's in Texas. Huh?
Maybe I'll just put it up there.
Sure.
I'll just put it up there. Yeah, I'll put it up. Okay, here we go. So here are the 3 teams that qualify. Same 3 teams. You got Auburn, Right now they're plus 380. Those odds are a little longer than they were last week. That's over at FanDuel. You can get them plus 380 as of last night. Duke, plus 330. Those odds have been shortened since last week. And then Houston
I was
the other
thinking
one.
Houston. I wasn't sure though.
Yeah, Houston was the other one. They are shorter as well at plus 850. I think they were 950 last week. Now, there are a couple of colleges that are on the cusp of qualifying, and both of them are off because of the Ken Palm. They're just outside. So you got Clemson.
Really?
Yeah. Clemson at plus 6,600 over at ESPN.
I like Clemson a lot this year. They're not bad.
I would take that at plus 66.
Yeah, it's
Good
66
flyer
to 1
there.
Yeah, throw one out in there. And then Tennessee, they were up. We talked about them last week a little bit too. They are 20 to 1 over at ESPN.
Is Auburn still number one?
Yes.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they lost 2 in a row, but they're still number 1.
And we update this every week, so check back next week, and we will let you
And
know.
I think
That'll be the final ranking, right?
State
Yeah.
is not too far out. Like they're
Yeah.
26 in offense, but high in defense. Or something.
yeah, they're really
in
high in
defense.
5 in defense, but their offensive efficiency has not been. It's been trending down too. I think.
Actually, it's been trending up, but the problem is they have these first halves that are not very good, and then they'll drop 60 in a second. But they started off the year slow, so they've been catching up since.
So they're like
December.
they're like the Lions. They start off slow and then they end strong.
Yeah, kind of. Not this year.
By the way, Griffin says Ryan's would be DP Slayer.
I like that. That's your Lent nickname, DP.
DP Slayer. A lot of DPs.
Sounds like a good Lent name, doesn't it?
He's got so many problems.
Who,
Love him, but
Griffin?
so many problems. Yes.
Yeah, Griffin seems. If I don't really know these guys, but if I had a judge, Griffin probably has more problems than Nathan. I think. I don't know. I'm just messing with it.
Nathan's a good guy.
No,
Great
they all
golfer.
seem like good guys.
Great
Great
golfer.
golfer.
Great
Yeah,
golfer.
I like that.
Are they all Dakota alumni?
Yeah. So I graduated with Griffin, obviously, and then Nate's a year younger than us.
Okay.
Say it to my face.
I love it. I love it. Come on to the studio, Griff. We'll get you on. I'll say it to your face. Or I'll have Daryl say it to your face. He's not here this week.
Oh, my
Suspended.
God.
Suspended. Okay, I got one more thing I want to talk about, and then what else we got? More fun stuff. A lot of us, if you guys are loyal fans of the show, know that we gave out the bet of the year this year.
Early.
Yeah, Rich, what was the bet of the year? You remember?
Pistons to win the Eastern Conference Championship.
Pistons to
Right
win.
before they got hot.
Yeah.
Or right when they were getting hot,
where
I
are we
guess.
talking about? I remember it's, what, 2
think
months
we were-
ago, 3 months ago?
I think I brought up the Tigers, and then somehow it was like, well, why are we not doing the same thing for the Pistons? Because they just started winning.
We had a lot of fun with the Tigers.
The Tiger
but,
one was awesome.
That we
'Cause
kind
they
of
all-
got on in mid-August, and that was a fun ride.
Yeah, that
Tigers.
was.
That
Did you
was-
take them?
Yeah, I bet on them. I should have cashed out a little earlier, but I still made a decent chunk of change. I got them at, what was the odds back
Still
then?
can't believe they did what they did last year. That was
500
crazy.
500 to 1.
That's,
That was nuts. I can't believe that they ended up going to the playoffs and winning a series. That was
Right.
pretty.
And they should have won
crazy.
the second
Yeah.
one, but we
Yeah.
had them
Yeah.
getting through the third series, and it was like ridiculous payouts. Like $15 was paying like what, 25 grand or something like
It
that.
was nutty.
Because we did it all like when they won like the first 2 out of 3 games, and it was just like so early on. Their odds were terrible.
You did it for the Tigers in August,
in August, definitely.
and then
They
that
got-
was right when they started getting going.
They got hot at the end of August.
yeah. Wow.
At the
Yes.
end of
And then they
August.
had that just crazy September where it was like they couldn't lose.
Right.
So
Well, I think the deal was that I think it was Fanatics had them 500 to 1, and everybody else had them like half that. You know, they were much shorter everywhere else. So I was like, dude, you gotta take that, take double the fucking juice on that.
Jim had a heavy portfolio.
I had a lot on the Tigers. Turns out I didn't get as much as I should have on that deal, but that's what I want to talk about. So, futures exit strategies.
Okay.
If you guys have futures, especially if you are loyal fans, we talked about this a little bit last week. We had one of our callers mention this. But if you have futures bets and you're trying to get out of them, and I'm going to explain why you probably want to get out of some of these, or at least a portion of your futures bets here in a minute, you have a few options. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. You can cash out at the sports book if that's available to you, of course, right? You can do that. Hit that cash out button. You can sell some or all the position through a broker service like PropSwap or WagerWire. I'm going to talk about each of these a little bit too. You can sell some of all the position or all of the position directly to others. So your friends and family, they want to get in on it. You can give them some of that action. And of course, you can hedge your bet. Anything I'm missing? You guys can think of anything else you might want to do to get off of a futures position that you might have?
Covers a lot there.
I think that probably covers all of it.
I would say so.
Settle my drug debts, maybe.
Right, you could do that.
Yeah.
Sell it to your drug dealer for pennies on the dollar. All right, so the first option, or actually the first thing you have to do before you do any of these options, you got to calculate the intrinsic value of the bet. And I talked to Gaga earlier today, and she said this wasn't very clear. I know Mima was on. She said it was clear as mud, my explanation.
It could be a little confusing for a non-better.
Yeah, I'm going to try
Especially
to...
because different books value it different.
Rich, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's almost like you read this ahead of time, but you didn't.
I didn't even know these guys were on the show. I just walk in and, it is what it is
Right,
around
here
here.
we are.
Pleasant surprises.
So let's assume that you took the numbers guys bet of the year and you bet the Detroit Pistons to win the Eastern Conference at 300 to 1, which is also known as plus 30,000 for $100. All right. So if that bet were to win, your $100 bet would pay 30,100. So that's the 30,000 plus your stake of $100 if they win the East. So we're just going to assume for this exercise that you bought the Pistons at 300 to 1, which was pretty close. I think it was 290 to 1 when we actually made it the bet of the year. But whatever. Let's say you got it at 300 to 1.
That was 300 to 1, wasn't it?
It was real close to that.
It was right around here.
All right. Let's also assume, and this is what I'm hoping for, that the Pistons just made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're going to be playing the Miami Heat. They're going to be playing in the finals against the Heat. I really hope for this particular
That
situation.
would be wonderful.
I think this might be impossible based on the current
Yeah, I was
brackets.
gonna say, I
But
don't
yeah,
think
that's
they're
all right.
even-
Let's pretend this is going to happen.
Miami,
Right?
I don't even think they're even in it.
They're in the play-in.
They're in the
play-in.
play-ins. Yeah. So for illustration purposes,
possible.
we're going to assume this is what happens. All right. Now we're going to further assume that, again, Pistons are about to get into the Eastern Conference. They just went through the second round of the playoffs. And the longest odds available in the market is the Pistons plus 100 to win the East. So they're down to even money.
At that point, okay.
Even money.
That's an even money
Right?
bet.
And we're going to assume that the shortest odds for the Heat are minus 130. So you got even money on the Pistons, and you got the Heat at minus
So
130.
Heat's still favorite.
Yep, Heat's the favorite,
Okay.
but the Pistons, they're even money, plus 100. And Rich, this is where the longest odds available in the market come into play. Okay, you want to know that. So your intrinsic value. So what's the value of that bet? Is the cost of a wager at the current market long odds to get a payout of your original bet. And if you look back, our original bet paid us 30,100.
Mm-hmm.
If it's even money,
That's
you
what you have to bet.
it's just half, right? Because you're going to take half of it. That's
Right.
Yeah,
That's half, right?
right, half of that. So, at the current market long odds of even money, you'd have to wager $15,050 to get the same
payout.
30,100.
Not the same amount of
payout.
winnings, but the same payout, right? Because
Right.
that could be a little confusing.
That could be confusing. Yeah.
Because you're only winning 15,000 here. There, you're winning 30,000.
That's correct.
So
Very astute, Tones.
But that I could see where this could trip up people, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just whatever the market odds are, the longest odds in the market, because you're not going to be able to sell it at odds shorter than the longest odds of the market, because I could just put that bet at the sports book if I was going to buy it from you, right? At the longer odds.
Yeah, why would I deal with somebody when I just do my own bet?
So you got to find the longest odds in the market, whatever you'd have to put on that bet to get the same payout as your original bet is your intrinsic value. In this case, $15,050. And another way to think about this is at this point, you have a $15,050 bet on the Pistons to win the East. Because that's what the bet's worth. That's what you have on the table. That is what your bet is. Now, that makes a lot of people uncomfortable, obviously, because, I wouldn't put $15,000 on the Pistons to win the East. And I don't think anybody sitting here is going to put $15,000 on the Pistons to win the East. So that's why at some point, a lot of times, you want to get off a portion of that position, right? You don't want to have $15,000 riding on the Pistons to win the East. And there's a quick note here as well that this number, this intrinsic value number, is always going to be higher than your cash out value or the price you can sell the bet for. Because there's always, you're never going to be able to sell it for what it's actually worth. Intrinsically, you're going to have to pay either broker costs or, instead of dealing with FanDuel, they're going to deal with you. So you're going to have to sell it for less, right? You need to give people a reason to buy it through you. Okay, so your cash out, that's option one. You can cash the bet out at the sportsbook. So the cash out value is going to be a percentage of that intrinsic value using the odds from the sportsbook, their futures pool. So whatever that sportsbook's odds are is usually what these sportsbooks are using. And right now, based on my current observations, ESPN Bet is going to pay 30% of that value.
Okay.
FanDuel's going to pay 60% of that value.
Yeah, see, I had my Tigers bet on FanDuel, and it seemed like it was giving me pretty generous cash out options along the way for the Tigers.
Yes. Now, the thing is, what makes this different is if you look right now, FanDuel's odds on the Pistons, as an example, are much longer than ESPN's odds. So even though they're paying you a larger percentage, the intrinsic value that they're using is lower because they use their own futures.
Who's our
books.
bet place through?
FanDuel. Yeah, so they become pretty similar. But once this comes closer to fruition, those odds are going to tighten up and everybody's going to look pretty similar.
Right.
But right now it's like 85 to 1, I think, at FanDuel, and then maybe 50 to 1 at ESPN for that particular bet. So just know that. So that they're going to pay you a percentage of that intrinsic value as a cash out. And it's usually not very good. So here's our pros with cashing out. First of all, it's easy. Just hit the button. I mean, that's pretty easy to do. Even Daryl could do that. Just hit the button. It's not hard. A monkey can do it. It's fast. A lot of times you could even do this in game, right?
Right.
Because those odds are going to change. It happened with the Tigers. You could bet. You could cash out in game.
I think I did one of the bets during one of the playoff games. I cashed out.
Yeah, I mean that's an advantage. Cons: it's not available at every bet at every book. There's some bets that don't have it. Okay, you're not able to do that. Not every book has it. Like Bet Rivers doesn't have it on these particular futures that we have. And then you get hosed on the price. They're screwing you over on the price. All right, so that's the pros and cons of just cashing out. Other thing you can do, you can sell that bet through a broker. What does a broker do? They can connect you with a buyer, and they handle that transaction for a fee. Okay, so you set the price, whatever you're going to ask for, which is going to be greater than that cash out offer that you'd get from the sports book, but it's going to have to be less than the intrinsic value.
There's got to be some wiggle room in,
There's got to be
in
some
the middle,
wiggle room.
right?
Yeah,
For a buyer
otherwise,
to
like I
want
said,
it.
right?
You know.
I just put it at DraftKings and get those same odds, right? So the two big brokers are WagerWire and Prop Swap. All right, so we got pros. It's a win-win. You get a better price in the cash out, and the buyer gets instant expected value on it. He gets instant EV because he's getting better than market odds. Cons: you may have that ticket go unsold. There's no guarantee you're going to sell that ticket, right?
So let's say I get this bet on FanDuel. There's a way to link it and
That's
send
the other
bet.
thing. Okay.
How do is it got to be a specific service you're using to transfer the bet? Like, I don't know. Do they do that?
I haven't done this yet.
Okay.
Here's what I do. Okay, so
Who gets the 1099 on that deal?
That's the other big thing. Why do you think I was asking all those questions, Rich? Mr. CPA. With WagerWire, you can link your sportsbook apps, and it automatically feeds in, and then you can basically hit sell.
Really?
Now, how that works from a tax perspective is a good question.
Yeah,
Really good question.
that's interesting.
The other one, Prop Swap, you have to email them for approval to sell an electronic bet. So if I went to Vegas and I got a physical ticket, then I can just upload the ticket and they count that. And they're basically an escrow service at that point.
Okay.
Okay. But for a bet place at DraftKings or FanDuel.
What kind of service?
Escrow?
Oh.
Yeah, they kind of escrow it.
Yeah, we were going to Vegas. We were looking at something else that sounds like that for services. But, right, Andrew? Yeah.
Oh, you weren't. You weren't. Oh, you weren't. It took me a second, Rich. I get it now.
I got it.
I was like, am I traveling above Jim's head here?
Yeah, that was. You're high altitude. I'm way lower, man. Way lower than you. So your cons, your ticket may go unsold. Also, you're going to pay 10% in broker's fees. So, and that you pay that. The seller pays that. And then it's unclear, Rich, how taxes are handled. I'm not sure. I've never done it. And I want to find out.
Fuzzy.
Okay, so I'm going to find out on this, on how that works. Other option. You can sell your circle of friends and family a share of the bet at better than market odds, of course, right? And you're going to set a price, again, that is greater than the cash out value and less than the intrinsic value. Here's your pros of that. It's a win-win. Your friends and your family are going to get a better than market price, getting instant EV. You're going to avoid your broker transaction costs. It doesn't cost you nothing to do that. Cons, you have to have betting savvy people that are going to know that, hey, this guy's giving me this at plus 200. The odds are plus 100. This is a great deal.
There,
right. I'd buy that shit all
I
day.
would also list could make for a bad Christmas dinner.
That could. It could.
Yeah.
It could.
Somebody could be unhappy in either.
Yeah,
scenario,
someone's
right?
going to blame somebody because they bought it's their fault they decided to get in with you.
That's why it's a con. Also, local teams are more attractive. If I said I had the Clippers, people aren't going to be as excited to bet that locally as they would be on the Pistons.
Or the Hawks.
Or the Hawks. Yeah, or the Heat.
I could have sold
Or the Blue Jackets,
I could have
Rich, I don't
sold
know.
Tigers tickets last September pretty easily to people around here,
Right.
but not a
Not
Dodgers ticket.
Not going
or
to sell
something
Dodger
like that.
tickets.
Right.
Right. So you got to think about that. And then lastly, you might have to hire a tax professional to handle all the taxation that goes along with that.
That's why you call the number guys.
That is why you call the numbers guys. Do we have a tax hotline? We should have that.
You could set that up.
Yeah, we could set that up. All right, and there's one more thing you can do.
It'll be a
One
per
more
minute
thing.
fee, though.
It's a permanent fee?
A per minute.
Oh, a permanent
Like
fee.
Cleo.
Oh, we gotcha.
Subscription service.
Yeah, per minute.
We could do that, too.
Can do that.
Mr. Richie.
It'll be like the Drake hotline that Daryl calls every day.
You can also
Daryl
hedge your
probably-
bets.
Yeah, he might call it. He gets his for free. His advice for free.
You can hedge it. All right. So the easy example here, let's say we said the Heat were minus 130. So you could put a $17,013 bet on the Heat at minus 130, because that's the other side of it. And you can guarantee a profit of $12,987, regardless of who wins the Eastern Conference. You could certainly do that. Pros of that, if it's done properly, you're going to guarantee a profit, which will typically be greater than selling or cashing in the bet. Cons, you need 17 grand to pull that shit off.
Yeah, you got to
Liquid.
start getting some juice out there.
Yeah, right. You're going to have to
Equity
do
lines
that.
on your house, whatever you got to do.
Exactly. You may encounter some sportsbook limits at this point. And then if you got, let's say you're betting them in the second round of the playoffs, for an example, you're going to have several
Takers.
possible outcomes. So you need to think about that as well. So those are really the only options that we would have, which is a lot of options, really. And Ryan's seemed to have grown a net on his head. So, don't let D-Dub see that. That was a gift. I like it. I think it looks good. So yeah, those are your options to get off of your
How many
futures
of Ryan's
bets.
heads fit in a basket?
Samantha's requesting that you wear that out to dinner this weekend. So
You guys going out to dinner this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday.
she's like, not anymore.
My mom's birthday.
Not
Oh,
anymore.
well, happy early birthday.
Where are we going?
Yeah,
Dad.
well, not your mom.
Where are we going for dinner?
Your
I'll
mom.
crash.
Andiamo.
The new Andiamo.
Ah, I should crash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna crash. I
Have you
might-
been to it yet?
Yes,
No,
it's
the one-
delicious.
The one on Hall Road?
Partridge
yeah,
Creek.
Partridge, yeah.
It was delicious.
Is it good?
Very good.
Yeah.
All right, I said my piece there. Happy birthday,
It's a
Andrew Ryan's mom.
to your dad too.
Yeah.
They're only a few days apart. Uncle Mike.
Dad's was on Tuesday.
Uncle Mike.
Yep. I shot him a text.
I know Uncle Mike. You know what we got to do real quick? We got to do our top pick standings. So here we go. This is usually on the show we give out some picks, and this week only Rich has a pick.
Yeah, he
probably
did.
thankfully.
I didn't get
Here's
mine.
our standings, lifetime to date. So this has been like a year and a half of doing this shit. We got Richie down 21.23
Look
units.
at that college basketball, though.
Oh, it's surging, dude. Yeah, you're
It
doing
is
really good on men's basketball. You got Dub, not here tonight, suspended, maybe indefinitely, unless I change my mind. I'm the adjudicator tonight, by the way. 10.02 units. Tones down 14.15 units. I'm up 2.4 units, and as a group, we're down 43 units in a year and a half. Only 2.81% if you look at it on that.
Probably better than the average.
Yeah, I'd say probably say so. We got to do top picks. Hold on, where's my button here?
So this is going to be a quick segment, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just take a DW out of the equation. Saves a half hour.
After so
The
long.
NFL in 300.
300.
All right, top picks. Richie, you are up, my friend. There you go.
Yeah, so I like Oklahoma a lot. I don't know if you have caught them all, but they got the other Fairs there. So we know Jeremy Fairs here with Michigan State, but his brother's actually better. Jeremiah, I believe, is his name. So I will take the 6.5, and then I would also probably sprinkle a little on the money line for this game. Probably get about plus 210, somewhere around there. I like them to win, but I'll take the 6.5. And the other game I was going to throw in there, I couldn't find it though. I would take Oregon first half money line against State, whatever the odds are on that on the first half. State's
That's what they play the first game.
yeah, they got
Really?
Oregon tomorrow. State's they're just a slow starting team. I'm sure you can get Oregon plus 2 or 3 at halftime. I'd take that. I like State to win, but I think Oregon will probably have the lead, or it'll be very close at halftime.
Okay. No, nothing from me. Nothing from Tones. Nothing from
I'll
D-Dub.
have some bets to throw in.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
next
where we're
week,
going
I'm
yesterday. That Red Wings over Sabres is one of the picks of the year. You knew they were going to smoke them yesterday.
I would have had the Wings and over if that was playing tonight.
The game before Ottawa, they peppered the guy with 48 shots, and then you knew they were going to come out.
It made me a little nervous that Mrazek was coming back. He actually played pretty good last night, though.
He played pretty
like
good.
He
7 goals. When was the last time he dropped 7 goals on somebody?
I don't know.
By the way, I got a text. I'm putting the text over here now so I see him.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. I got a text. It says, "What does intrinsic mean?" I don't have a name, so whomever this was that asked that, it's a good question. It means inherent, or I pulled up the actual definition of it is belonging naturally. So it's
I'm super clear now.
Super
clear.
Yeah. Options have intrinsic value. So a lot of things have intrinsic. Tell us what else has intrinsic
I don't know.
value.
Current?
Actual.
Yeah.
Intrinsic value. What else do you use that in?
Belonging to
I mean,
what it is.
in the investment world, it's used a lot, but I don't know. Besides that, do commodities have like corn and
I think everything has
pork
intrinsic
bellies?
value. Although I think like a stock would be its book value. I think would be its intrinsic value.
Right.
Yeah. In any event, hopefully that answered your question. Number ending in 0129. What else we got? Man, we're wrapping up here. Can't believe the show has been so quick. It's only an hour without Doug here. Do you believe this?
The show was originally, if you remember, we're here for the entire hour.
Well, that's what I say, only because I know it's never an hour. It's supposed to be.
We had a 4-hour show not too long ago.
4.5.
4.5 hours.
4.5. Was that your longest show?
Yes.
Yeah, I was not here, thankfully, for that one.
That was
What
tough.
did you guys ramble on for 4.5 hours?
It wasn't me. I'll just say that it was not me.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Daryl's he's a fun guy, but I mean, he's just good at like
Talking?
Let me. Sorry to jump in here 1 second, Jimmy. Let me.
Hey, the floor is yours. Do you want a postulation intro, or are you good?
Yeah. So he's just good at taking a little tidbit of info and
we end up talking about music about every topic.
Yeah,
leads into a song.
That's about 20 more minutes.
An obscure song from the 80s or 70s.
Him and Jim go talk about it for 10 minutes. Me and Tones drink.
Was that your longest one besides like the draft?
I don't think the draft was that long.
No, the draft was
wasn't that
like
long
two and a half, maybe two and a half.
Yeah,
4 hours.
it gets a little out of control from time to time. I
went from
I gotta say that
7 to 10:30. It must have been close to 11. Yeah, it was about 4 hours, right?
Was it 4? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the one with Dale and Kevin the plumber.
That was, yeah.
Yeah.
That
I was listening to it the
on,
next day. I'm like, is this going to end?
We got some chat. We got Dale Dub. This is D-Dub's brother. I'm about to insult your brother, Dale. I apologize.
He was
here.
on the longest
But
show.
he says, great show, first time caller, long time listener. Hey, where's the guy that always argues with Rich? That's what he wants to know. And then we got Griffin. Griffin, can we get a shout out for Army Engineer of the show, Mike Riddock? Can't thank him enough for his service.
That's our dad.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
Uncle Mike. Shout
I'll
out.
give him a shout out
Uncle Mike.
early. We have a section for shout outs coming up here. We'll give it to him early. I always thank people for their service. Snoop, by the way, says Pistons bet 50, giving them a cash out of 45.
That's not very good.
No, that's not good. And the Pistons will play Indiana or Milwaukee. That's a pretty safe bet there, Snoop.
Or the Knicks.
Or New York.
Or the
Or New
Knicks.
York, yeah. Hopefully they get home court tonight. But I did want to address the elephant in the room. Why Daryl is suspended for tonight's show
Without pay, too.
Yeah, and I was listening back last week. So now he called me an idiot, and
That's rude.
that's rude.
I've known you 15 years. I've never called you an idiot.
No, I've never called you an idiot. Now, in all fairness, I called him a dummy earlier in the day, so I guess I deserve that. But it seems to me, if you guys listen back to the end of last show, the crux of his argument was he likes presidential presidents. Tones, did you get the same vibe that's what he didn't like about that speech? Is it wasn't presidential?
No, I don't think. I think
like-
he expects his presidents to be presidential.
Yes, yes, he expects them to be presidential.
And my thing is, I think a little humor brings a little more viewership.
See,
and
he likes the red carpet,
yeah, no,
like rolled out. For
I think
him.
when you inject a little humor, you could bring in the young people more to like pay attention because politics could be. When I was a teenager or early 20s, I didn't give a crap about politics at
No, it's
all.
just like what your
It
parents
was
talked about.
boring. I never watched the news, political news, anything. But something with Trump, he's entertaining. He's engaging. You know, like I want to watch the news every day to see what spur of the moment crazy comedy drops, because it's funny to me. It's off script. Most presidents, they're reading off, a pre-written address or whatever and a speech and answering questions. They know what the question's going to be. They're just talking like a robot. Like, I don't like that. I want somebody that's going to give me a little under the hood what's going on,
Governor Trudeau.
Yeah, Trudeau.
Yeah, Trudeau.
Governor Trudeau.
He's presidential. Governorial.
I like transparency, and I think Trump. If you like his stuff or not, I'm not getting into that, but at least I think you know what's going on behind the scenes. He's answering every freaking question. So
that's the Barron Trump thing.
The Barron Trump.
The Barron, yeah. So anyway, if you listen back, that was his main gripe about that speech was that it's not presidential. He said it's not presidential. So what I did was I thought, man, he's a big, he's a Biden guy, which is fine. Everybody's
Biden
entitled
bro.
to their own.
I would say he's married to a teacher. He's very democratic.
Yes, yeah, he's probably the most
I'm married to a
Democrat
teacher too,
person.
but I've pulled my teacher to the right. So
yeah, I pulled my
Traditionally,
wife.
you would say that teachers lean left.
It's very.
Of course, I don't have a problem with
I'm going to
left.
say 75-80% of them are.
I would say so.
But so what I did was I went back and looked, and I thought, okay, well, Biden was obviously always very presidential, always. So
he was coherent.
Yeah, I put together this little. I guess it'd be a montage.
I think you need to know what's going on to be presidential.
Yeah, we're not
we
going
have a
to
varied
talk
amount of
about
opinion.
this next week. This is a one-time and a
One-time
one-time
and
thing
done.
only.
Please cue the tape.
So this is
Steers are tricky.
this is his
There we
extremely
have it.
presidential presidency of President Joe Biden. Here you go.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump? I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Nobody would ever talk
No,
like
maybe
that.
not the.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Now this is a presidential fall right here. Very presidential.
It was super
You see that?
presidential.
Daryl likes that the way he fell. Very presidential fall.
That represents strength right there.
It does.
That's somebody could get behind right there.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president. But I think she's not qualified to be president.
There you go.
Check this out. Look at the presidential qualities in this. Whoa! He just falls over.
Okay.
Wow.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
Things that you just don't. If he's not presidential.
That's pretty presidential,
That
doesn't
is
it?
super
What we can do
presidential.
next? 4 more years. Hard.
You don't say that.
What the?
The chick from Italy's got to come grab him.
No, Joe, come here.
This is very presidential stuff.
High level.
No one's saying that. No poll says that.
Nobody would ever talk
No,
like
maybe
that.
not the.
My God.
To his credit, he
Look,
did
it brings
ask
a
you
tear
to.
to my eyes.
This is not
doesn't
over.
it? It really, it's a
No, it's
somber
still going.
moment. It's a real sad moment. I mean, what are we going to do without him?
I don't understand. Just like Daryl talking war to me. That's what happened. What?
There's 4 or 5 things that you just don't.
If
It's not presidential.
It's not presidential. This is presidential, baby.
Allow me to reiterate Tanzania's commitment to regional integration and shared prosperity.
Oh dear. Perhaps he was just resting his eyes. Surely he only dozed off for a few seconds. No, he's still asleep.
We note the progress made on the development of the
Can someone go check and see if he's still alive?
That's what I was concerned about.
leadership that has brought this initiative to life.
Most votes out.
There's 4 or 5 things that you just don't. If he's not presidential.
It's not presidential.
Agenda 2063 will be realized.
Okay, that's enough. I don't have all night on this segment just to be playing you Joe Biden sleeping, because that did go on for longer than I've showed you. The good news is that Joe Biden bounced back to deliver this rousing message. Yep, he's talking trains again and seems to be confused about exactly who the president is.
Mr. President, I'm coming back to ride on the train all the way from end to end.
Ride the train.
As I say, when we on the Senate floor of the United States Senate, excuse a point of personal privilege. I've ridden an awful lot on trains. I commute every day, so I like trains.
You don't say that.
Oh, there we go. By the way, that's Biden idiot, not D-Dub. I would never call D-Dub. No, of course not. No, of course not. So
very presidential. I like that.
I think that was extreme presidentiality.
I think that
right there
changed my opinion on Biden.
Yeah, it totally did. By the way, Dale Dub in the chat says, I thought most people usually come over to the conservative side once they get their first paycheck. I thought so too. You know, and,
not everybody.
Hey,
That's a great line. That's funny.
I don't. I don't begrudge your brother for his political opinions, but he did call me an idiot. So, Griffin says, not our buddy Dan Fiorado. He's a diehard Harris Waltz supporter.
That's our buddy.
That's your buddy?
Yeah.
No, see, there's always one.
He's not, though.
Oh, he's not?
We just mess with him all the time.
Okay.
Because he's a big Trump guy.
Big Trump guy?
Yeah. So he gets very upset when people make fun of him about it. Yeah.
Nathan in the chat, he says, is this a Life Alert ad? Oh, man. And then Dale in the chat says, it's amazing that anyone would vote Democrat ever. I can't imagine what they are thinking. Well, I don't know. I'm not here to tell people how to vote, but, you know.
I think Daryl challenged you to find a president that's called somebody an idiot, though. Like Trump
the
does.
worst president ever. I went back and I looked.
I don't think anybody's gonna. Daryl did say Biden was okay. I strongly disagree with that. I mean, probably one of the worst of our lifetime. But
yeah,
I think when he says presidential, he means like not mocking.
Did
the
Lyndon
previous
Johnson
person.
call people names?
Well, he whipped his dick out in the
Who?
White House. He had people talk to him while he was on the shitter. LBJ.
I would probably do that.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm on the shitter a lot, though.
Yeah, to me, I think presidential is.
I'm sure there
the
was worse.
president, whoever that is. I mean, that's presidential.
There's presidents that
Bill
used to
Clinton-
go
Bill
in the
Clinton
duels with each other. I'm sure
Right.
those guys.
Oh, was it Aaron
Yeah.
Burr and who was that?
Bill Clinton didn't act
Yeah,
presidential.
getting a beeger in the
I don't know. He's
Oval
got a play
Office.
named
Is that-
after him now or something. Hamilton.
I'm sure he does. But anyway, I thought that was fun. And let's do some shout outs. Oh, Snoop says that the Pistons are currently at 8,500, so 85 to 1. And so
Clinton
did
did
Bill
like the
Clinton.
party.
Yeah, I like the party. Who doesn't like the party?
I would say Bill was presidential mostly.
Especially on Epstein Island.
On Epstein Island.
Right. Define presidential, I guess, is the thing, right? I don't know what that actually means.
I guess it means classy. So I would say
Classy.
Reagan, I would feel presidential. Like if you said that. JFK, like out classy, good speaker, well spoken, and got their point across, but weren't name calling.
Right, and like Nixon probably wouldn't be considered one.
Right,
but,
right.
Reagan,
FDR,
probably George.
that's the FDR.
Probably the original George Bush.
I think a lot of those older presidents, if they had more technology around there, they would probably see them acting like Trump.
I would think so.
The
too.
older ones?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
I
of the
think so,
older
too.
ones.
Like Teddy Roosevelt, I
yeah.
bet you he called.
Oh,
something.
Teddy,
yeah.
he had to
Oh
be.
my God.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wish he was
For
around
sure.
like today. I would love
And
him.
FDR too. He was a wartime president for what? How many? He
Most
served
of the
3 terms.
16 year. No,
Yeah.
I think he was 16-year president. 4
No, I
terms?
think
Well,
he
he's-
died at his fourth term.
Yeah.
Yeah,
died
I was
his
to
fourth
say.
term, yeah.
There's no way that he didn't just go off the rails at times.
Oh, I'm sure at
Yeah.
times at all. But I think Obama was pretty presidential overall, and
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
you never really heard him like
mumble and stumble.
Well, I mean that's just like old age. I mean
Yeah.
that's all. Biden, just that was 4 years of nothing right there.
That was fun. Yeah, and to include and it's
Sleepwalking.
to not say that he was to say that he wasn't one of the worst presidents ever when he was not really there for at
I'm
least 2 of those
surprising
years.
he would say
I
that.
don't know how you could say that.
I'm surprised he would.
Did you
say
hear
that.
about the whole signature thing that just came out recently?
I did, yeah.
About that,
About
and then
the-
they put
the signature robot thing?
4 different ones combined to his.
Yeah.
So
What's that?
it was like an electronic signature for all the sign-offs that he had. I guess it's like legal, like to do and presidents have done in the past, but he did it on like everything,
Oh,
and he wasn't even aware that it was being signed on stuff.
So that's a
Because typically,
problem.
usually,
That's crazy.
Usually,
That's a
like
problem.
when they go off and sign a ton of documents, they won't all sign them by hand.
Well, Trump's there with this.
But he's
marker.
there.
Trump
Yeah.
loves that shit.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
make the bill bigger.
So supposedly he was Biden. There was ones that he didn't even know that he even signed. Someone just did this electronic signature, and he didn't even know what he was even doing.
that's not a
Signing.
good check and balance at all.
No, I'm pretty sure he didn't know what he was doing really for at least 2 years. And Trump, you're right. He needs one of those Ed McMahon checks.
He's like,
But every bill like that size.
He's got a
is
sweet
just gonna sign-
signature though.
I
I don't
love
know
it.
how,
The
it's like
Sharpie.
so close together and it's consistent.
It, just,
Sharpie
it takes a
goes
long
on it.
time though.
It's
Mine's like
crazy.
2 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, a long time ago, I wrote out, I just do an R with a bunch of squigglies.
I just do
I know you probably have to sign your name. I sign my name like a lot.
I do.
You sign your we all. Rich, you got to sign your name like constantly.
No, it's more
probably.
electronic now, but it's when I have to send letters to the state and IRS, I have to sign. Well, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Okay.
All the tax returns and stuff have my digital signature. So
Gotcha. I'm gonna steal that. Griffin said, "Oh yeah, we already saw it." And Snoop says, "If you sell the ticket, you probably escape any 1099." I'd say it's the W2G that I think we're worried about.
Yes.
And
correct.
well, we should do a show on taxation of sports betting. I think we should.
I'm
do
sure
that,
I
Rich.
know a whole lot about it. But I mean,
You know
I know
enough.
how to record it W2G, but like you were asking about this week is what happens when you have multiple winners on a ticket.
Yeah.
I think the easiest way is just have one person, cash the ticket and everybody chips in on the tax difference.
So when you get to the point where you got to itemize though to write off loss, you could write off all
Well, that's
the gains.
true. You can write off all the gains against losses if you can prove it. That's the thing is a lot of people can't. I mean, if you win like 20 grand, you're going to have 20 grand in losses recorded somewhere.
I guess like if you go on FanDuel or something, they show all
Yeah,
the
it does show-
negatives.
it
right?
They
does show-
do,
yeah,
but
they
I
do.
mean, I think what we're talking about is when you hit a big winner where you're not going to have enough losses to offset it, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna because when you go in to go, let's say we win this piston thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like 32 grand. I'm sure
You're not going to come
Gerald's
up
not
with.
going to come up with 32 grand, even if we all chipped in and gave him our lottery tickets and stuff. It's going to be hard to,
Yeah.
Right.
cover
Yeah,
the
that's true.
difference.
That's a
so.
very good point. Very good point. All right, and then last thing we got to do, I think, right, is do a shout outs. Anybody got shout outs?
Trivia answer.
Oh, trivia answer. Okay, we got to do that. Let me pull this up here. Forgot about that. Actually, let's do shout outs now while I get this computer set up. Andrew, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, just to my mom and dad again. Happy birthday to them both. Dad's was on Tuesday. Mom's is on Saturday.
Nice. Richie?
Shout out to Rachel. She turned 16 yesterday.
Ooh.
So,
Oh, no kidding.
Happy Sweet 16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happy birthday, Rach.
yeah, we'll celebrate that this weekend. So.
Where are we going for dinner?
She's having 3 girls over, and she wanted me to grill. So
Oh, hey.
she went out with her family. Her mom, the Lucianos, though.
Oh, that's a good one.
Last night for
A
her
daddy
actual
barbecue
birthday.
and some girls over. That's good. I
Win-win
like it.
for me. Yep,
I like
all
it.
good.
All right, Rye, what do you got?
Shout out to my parents. Happy birthday to them. And then also shout out to Samantha for coming.
Yeah.
Also, for
Thanks for
being
sticking
here.
around.
And sticking around for
2
Ryan.
hours of her life she won't get back.
Not just sticking around for the show, but
Well,
sticking around with
for
Ryan.
Yeah, with me.
Oh, that's what
With
you
me.
meant. That is probably more difficult.
That's more difficult.
Jones, anybody?
Yeah, my cousins for joining. Thank you. They're trying to get their own podcast up and running, asking some questions for JT, our in-house expert here. And if they ever get rolling, we'll definitely give them a cross promotion and circle back and get them back on the show down the
What kind
road.
of content you guys thinking about?
I think a lot of sports we're doing. We're not going to get involved in like any politics or anything like that.
We have to.
Us either.
Yeah. But we're trying to stay away from that. We're any we come up with every type of topic. We're anything random or any current events or anything. But that's about it. Yeah.
So sports is the main theme. I
Yeah,
like
sure.
that.
A little sports betting too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All big sports bettors here. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe you'll have us on. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we haven't
yeah.
been on anybody else's show. Yeah, we've had other people on. But.
Right. It's all give, no receive.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Was that the blue?
Okay.
Was that
We're
the
working
blue
on it.
ribbon?
Yeah. Well, you guys know any way we can.
Absolutely.
Any way we can help, we'd love to help you out. Okay, Dale Dub in the chat says, "Hey, great show tonight. Really enjoyed it. Great guests, great laughs. See you guys soon. Thanks, Dale Dub. You'll
Thank
be
you,
here
Dale.
soon.
Shout
We
out
always
to
love
Dale.
when you're on.
Take care,
Shout
buddy.
out. What else we got? Oh, in the chat. I'm sorry, in the text. Text from 0129 again says, "Can Ryan try on one of the helmets behind the bald guy?"
Sure.
Can Ryan try on one of the
Want
helmets?
the visor or no visor?
Yeah, visor or no visor.
Look at the visor one.
Yeah. That's the Bosa.
Oh, that's a
No
sweet
longer-
one. No longer there.
Yeah, the value went up, right? Because he's gone.
Also, one more thing for the shout outs. Shout out to Griffin, Nathan, and Eric as well.
Shout out.
For checking in. Checking in. Just
Thanks for
watching
showing
it.
up on the chat.
Yeah, total
Oh, let's
Hold on, I got this.
see if it fits.
Big ass. Can I undo this or no?
What the?
Oh, this one.
I just
You
slipped
played
on
football.
that.
I played
damn.
football. What do you
There you
Oh,
go.
that's pretty good,
that's
man.
good, man. I like the visors, the colors.
It's like
awesome.
Speed Racer over here.
I should have just done this the whole
like
time.
Speed Racer.
The old show, Speed Racer.
I should have just done this the whole time.
Go Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer.
Yeah, it's pretty good, Rich.
Griffin's gonna be coming for you now.
Snoop says he likes to have his president to have dementia. He added that. And they're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
China.
And then Griffin says, let him rock that around the house.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a good look.
All right, let's get through the trivia answers here real quick. Where's the question at? I got to find the question. There it is. All right. So here it is. Question was, what are the odds of filling out a perfect March Madness bracket? 1 in 9.2 billion was A. B, 1 in 9.2 gazillion. I hope nobody picked B. C, 1 in 9.2 quintillion.
Is that a real number? B?
B is not a real number. No, I don't think it is.
Ask Doc Brown.
And
It's
D.
It's a gazillion.
Gazillion kilowatts?
Trillion.
Gigawatts.
Gigawatts. Let's look at these answers here. Ryan said D, 1 in 9.2 trillion. Okay, it's a good one. It's a good one. Turn that up. Andrew says he said gazillion. Andrew, gazillion's not a number.
Gazillion.
I don't think. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Okay.
It could be.
I'm not gonna make fun.
I
of
would
it.
double check before you say
Yeah.
You ever seen a gazillion gazelles?
Richie says billions, baby.
B
He's
is in
saying,
billions.
That's A.
Billions.
That's A. And then Tones says A.
Well, number guys say A.
I'm just thinking 63 games.
It's billion or trillion.
Billions has to be it. It's got to be billions. I don't know.
And if nobody gets this right, I got to buy the beer.
But people don't understand a trillion is a lot. I mean,
Well, you know what's a
it's
lot,
big.
Tones? Let me tell you what's a lot, Tones.
Yeah.
Quintillion.
No way.
I can't believe nobody would get this
It can't be
right again out of
quintillion.
4. I got to buy the beer again next week.
So picking 63 games is a 9.2 quintillion?
All right, here's what I wrote after
That doesn't
doing my
make sense.
research. The odds of having a perfect bracket for the NCAA tournament, okay, 1 point. Okay. To put that into context, you're more likely to win the lottery, get struck by lightning, and have a boa constrictor emerge through the pipes in your toilet all on the same day.
Well, I think the lotto is like 1 in 250 billion, something or something to that effect. So quintillion is higher than trillion. So 9. What the frick? That can't be possible.
That
I don't-
seems pretty high.
But I'll tell you who got that right.
Eric got it right.
Eric Sinder got it right.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm getting your number, Eric. I'm going to text you.
Oh my god.
That was a good guess.
That
man.
doesn't
was
seem
great.
like 63 games, though. It's
Shocker.
I don't know.
I'm just telling
Well,
you
here's
what
the
I
thing.
found.
The thing
him on
about
the
it's
show
not
now.
just 63 games, Tones. It's the fact that
Well,
if you don't pick the right, if
Yeah.
you, it's a landslide. If you miss the one pick, it messes
It's
up.
done.
Right.
It doesn't matter. But
Wow.
that's crazy. That's
Now we
crazy.
know. By the way, Selection Sunday this Sunday.
Biden was
Yes.
a disgrace. He actually signed all the executive orders.
I have to drop a couple
Was that
picks
Snoop there?
on my way out of town next week.
Yeah. All right, folks. I have to give my shout outs. My shout out would be first and foremost to the 4,000 watch hours. Whoever
Shout
did
out.
that. You know that's halfway to being able to monetize for advertising.
Is it hours or subscribers? Or
It's both. You have to have
Okay.
4,000 watch hours in a year.
In a year.
And then 1,000 subs. And we're short on the subs. So if anybody wouldn't mind
Come on,
subscribing if you haven't
Griffin
already.
throws a sub, and Nathan.
I'm finding about 100
And
of your
Eric.
friends.
And
Eric. And
Yeah.
Eric.
And Eric.
Or 900 would be, no, 600? 600
Yeah, I think we hit a lot of other monetizing marks as far as I can tell. We just don't, especially with the last couple episodes getting around 800 to 1,000 views. There's more views out there, so we just kind of pick up the subs.
Yes. So if you're watching still and you're you're not subscribed, subscribe to the Numbers Guys.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. Once a week, we're on live. You know, it's a good
Four
time.
idiots talking.
We're not going to
three.
Yeah.
We're not going to spam you, send you mail.
No,
Nothing.
no mail. So I want to. I wanted to shout out Gagu.
Gagu.
I forgot to look this up. I was supposed to do it when I got here today. But apparently, the Grateful Dead released a new beer, and it's a hazy IPA.
Let's try it.
I want to find it.
I want to try it.
Yeah, we got to find that. So
That's
maybe
been on for a while, isn't it?
I don't know. She just told me about it today.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
What was the one they exploded last week?
That was
That was the Lions beer.
Yeah, it was a I just took
That was
one
the
of
limited
those
edition Lions playoff beer.
Was it
That was
actually?
terrible.
It was. It was.
It was not good.
Not very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look at Nate's.
No, not very good.
Baby girl.
Nate's already subscribed.
And he
you.
already subscribed, baby girls. Hey, thanks.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
Nate. We appreciate it.
subscribing, but not call me a baby girl.
Yeah. And of course, I'm going to give Andrew and Ryan a shout out. Hopefully, you guys do really well with your podcast when you ever get started or your live stream, however you decide to do it. And like I said, if you need anything from us, let us know. Short of money. I think I'm out of that now after doing this. But if you need any help.
If anything interesting happens in Vegas, I'll try to bring a video clip or two back for the show after. And
Yeah.
With the,
Is that next? When are you guys going? Next
I'll
week?
be here
next
next
Friday.
week. We're leaving the
Yeah.
Friday morning. So
Yeah, I should probably mention that too. So next week, we'll be here. The following week, we will not be here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be gone. So there will be no show. Not next week, but the following week.
I'll work on that.
Can we get a nip slip? Can we get a nip slip?
Well, at Crazy Horse, I'll make that happen. So
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to do it, guys. Should we call it? You guys ready? Call it, Don'ts?
Yep.
All right.
Good evening.
Until next week. Next
everybody.
Thursday, 7:30.
Stay presidential, everybody.
Stay
Please.
presidential.
Stay presidential.
Shout out to Daryl.
Yeah. Shout out to D-Dog.
That was fun.